Good morning and welcome to Suffolk. We are at Walker's Snacks in Barton Mills, and today I'm going to lead a ride, and we're going to ride Britain's lowest road. Britain's lowest road is the A1101. It runs all the way from Bury St Edmunds further east in Suffolk from here, and it goes all the way up to Wisbech. We're not going to do all of it, we're going to do the middle bit. And the middle bit is specifically the lowest bit. It's about 5 meters below sea level because it's on land that was drained from the sea. It's not particularly interesting. The interesting thing about it, the interesting thing about it is that it's Britain's lowest road, and essentially you're riding on the seabed. So that's what makes it interesting. Nice warm day. Yeah, you can't do this road, the A1101, specifically the bit through Welney. You cannot do it every day of the year because it floods. It floods because it's essentially a causeway. The way to check is there is a Facebook group, and I think the Environment Agency have some web feed where you can check whether it's open. It's essentially got gates across it. So we're heading north. We're heading towards a place called Shippy Hill. That's ship, not shit. That's a little railway station in the middle of nowhere that has a super tight corner on it. And I've known one or two people come a mess here. So that's Shippy Hill station there. And then after the station, you get the world's tightest left, and you can't see round it. It's also got a road going straight on, and people who aren't paying attention have been known to go straight on. But I know it's there, so I'm going to take it slow. And it does have signs now, and they have reduced the speed limit. Something I for once agree with. Here we go. You get tight in, you don't need to worry about what's coming the other way. There you go. So, thing about riding the fens. Now, I ride the fens a lot because I live here, and thing about riding the fens is you get really flat roads, and you get these really long straights that go for bloody miles, and then you get a 90-degree corner, and that's pretty much what we're going to be experiencing today. But you do get big skies. I mean, it's a nice day, it's sunny, and you get all these drainage channels all the way across it. Just to give you a brief history of what the fens are. Now, obviously, me and everybody on this ride knows, because we live here. Here comes one of those 90-degree corners. But right in front of that corner is a huge bank of earth. Now, behind that is a river. And that's where all the water that comes from this land is pumped into. That runs out into the Wash. So we're just south of the Wash here. And originally, this was all marshland or sea swamp. And then sometime around the 17th century, it was all drained by Dutch engineers, and the water from this land was pumped into the river, which of course is now about 5 meters higher than we are. And then the peat, or whatever, the marsh that we're on, then shrunk and went even lower, hence you've got areas that are 5 meters below sea level. So that river that's just to the left of us, that's the either Old Bedford River or New Bedford River, I can't remember which. In between, so you've got two rivers that run side by side, and then in between it, that's the bit that sometimes floods, and that's the bit we'll be going over now. So here we're crossing, that did say something, I think, at New Bedford River. There's river number 1, and they're dug completely straight. They're artificial rivers, they're dug completely straight to go to the Wash. This bit in the middle, right, did you see those? That is the height barriers and the barrier that can be closed. So this shows you how deep the water level is on this road. So now this is as low as it gets. There are trees, but in winter it floods. Some winters I've known it flood for, I think, 60, 70 odd, even 80 odd days at a time. Hence you do need to, if you want to come on this road, you do need to check whether it's open in advance. And when it's flooded, I mean, it's totally flooded. It can be meters deep. You can have lorries get stuck because some people ignore the warnings, and the government or the Department for Transport have spent an absolute fortune. There's some more height barriers gauges behind me, but an absolute fortune. Here's the other Bedford River. See, they're quite low today. And then this is Welney Village itself. Yeah, an absolute fortune's been spent on warning people about the dangers of the water on that road. Never been in that pub, but it looks nice. So yeah, that's it. As I say, it's not particularly interesting, but what is interesting is you are riding below sea level. As an aside, I know someone who had a BMW with a, an altimeter, altitude gauge on it, and he actually brought it to here and some other places, Canvian, to see if it would do a minus. It doesn't. So if you've got an altitude meter in your car, you'll be disappointed. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we're going to carry on some more fen roads now. I mean, this is typical of the fens as well. Agricultural machinery. You'll get absolute loads. It's pure vegetable growing country because the soil from the drained marshes is such good quality. But I hope you enjoyed that. Short and sweet. On that note, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.